Hi, my name is Kimberly Wilson of Tranquility Du Jour, and welcome back to another edition of Tea with Kimberly. So, today I wanted to talk about, you may hear a snoring pug in the background. I wanted to talk about kind of wellness post pandemic, right? So, thinking about how do we live a well life while we reevaluate kind of what is most important to us. So, one of the things that I feel like has come out of the pandemic is a reevaluation of relationships, right? So, recognizing which relationships you want to prioritize, which ones are meaningful, which ones are those that you're like, I really miss this person, or you're like, I didn't miss those every 6 month dinner. I think like I'm going to let that relationship go. Whatever it might be, just recognizing from a relationship perspective, how can I make sure that I am filling myself with relationships that fuel and fill me rather than deplete me? Also, your time and your schedule, very important. Looking at when am I kind of the most engaged and grounded and focused? Can I do my deep work at that time? Can I save admin for maybe later in the afternoon when I'm not as kind of laser focused and not as able to really like dive into a project? So, thinking about from a perspective of when are you your best, and can you rearrange some things so that it fits a little bit better for your lifestyle and for your energy levels? Now, sometimes we don't have the ability to shift that. So, to the best of your ability, when you can, like maybe the evenings or the weekends, can you utilize your time so that it works well with energy and it just feels like, I'm setting myself up for success by, doing my admin in the evening, or not checking email before I dive into my projects, or not checking email after 9 o'clock p.m., whatever it might be that would work best for you. Boundaries. I think this is another piece that's really come out of the pandemic, particularly with, the data showing, or, articles are saying 40% of people are looking for other jobs right now. Which is amazing. I mean, that's like a massive amount of people exploring different options in the workforce. So, really thinking about for you, what brings you a sense of purpose and meaning? Are you enjoying what you're doing? Is there a small shift that could be made? And maybe it's not changing jobs, it's just adjusting your surroundings, something that would help you feel like that you're just like feeling kind of more engaged and more aligned with like your overall purpose, a sense of meaning. The other piece that I think is really good is savoring the little things. So, keeping a plant alive, right? Blooming rose bushes, a cup of tea, a rose sorbet, pamplemousse sparkling water, finishing a book that you're reading, sticking to a healthy habit, making that appointment you've been putting off, reading or writing 10 pages. So, savoring these things and being like, I did it, right? There's so much that I feel like people had trouble focusing during the pandemic because we were so bombarded with challenge. And not that that's just all gone away. But I think with the world reopening, we're looking at things a little bit differently, and we're able to do things we weren't able to do. So, for you, what would be helpful as you think about little things that you could savor and bring back into your day, into your world? Okay, AM and PM rituals. I'm a big proponent of this. How do you start your day? Are you starting it in a way that's nourishing? Or are you starting it by looking at your phone because that's what your alarm is on, and then scrolling? And then you're like, oh my gosh, now I just have 30 minutes to get ready. I see you because I've been there. So, whatever it is, it's like, what would set your morning up a little bit better? And it doesn't have to be an hour-long routine, it could be 5 minutes. And then same for evening. How do you want to wind your day down? How do you want to acknowledge kind of what the day brought you? Maybe a gratitude, one piece of gratitude for the day, or a cup of chamomile tea, or a warm bath, or reading. And you set your phone aside by a certain time, put it in the other room and charge it, and you get an actual alarm clock. Or you don't have an alarm, whatever works for you. But thinking about what would allow you to start and end your day, booking it in a nourishing way. I love this question. And I took a workshop with David White, who's a poet, and he said, what's one small thing you can do today that your future self would thank you for? So, as I think about us emerging out of the past many months, it's asking yourself, okay, what is one thing now that we have options again? What's one thing you could do today that your future self would thank you for? I love that question. Also, what's one small thing I could do today to move forward or to feel better or to make the world a better place? No big deal, right? Also, consider transitions. What do you want to keep and what do you want to let go of? Right? What are those things that you really missed during lockdown or semi lockdown? And you're like, you can't wait to get back to them. Like for me, it's like performing arts, it's concerts, things along those lines. It's sitting down across from somebody and having a meal. So what is it for you? And can you get those back? And what did you not miss? And it's knocking on your door going, pay attention to me. And you're like, I didn't miss you and I don't want you back in my life. So really making a conscious choice around that. And then I encourage you really as you think about kind of moving back out into the world, just asking yourself, what do I most need? What would nourish me? And how can I show up in a way that supports and nourishes others? And, be a voice for others also through social justice, racial justice, like all sorts of, the climate change, animal rights. It's like whatever is a passion project for you and very important. How can you get out there and be a voice? And also make sure that you're able to live those values of yours that, may feel like pre-pandemic it was like, oh, I just have to go with the grind, right? I just have to go with like the stay on the hamster wheel. Having gotten off the hamster wheel, some people were able to do that a bit during the pandemic. Ask yourself, do I want to get back on? All right. So thank you for tuning in. I hope this is helpful as you think about having a well life post pandemic.